Okay, guys, so welcome everybody. Today I just want to show you some English pronunciation rules to know in English. So as you know, a lot of problems, a lot of people, they have some problems in speaking English, especially for the pronunciation. Why? Because in Turkish, it is not similar to English, of course. Turkish, it is pronunciated as is written, but in English, we don't have this kind of rules. So today, I just want to show you some rules, and if you see this, how you are just going to pronounce it, and then after the end of the the class, I'm just going to show you also some applications that you can download from Google or wherever, that you are just going to practice your pronunciation skills. So firstly, the things that we have to know first is Turkish is not really, it is similar, but not really similar to English, of course. So in English, you can find a lot of difficulties why you want to say some words, because it is not pronounced as it's written, of course. Sometimes if you find A, you can pronounce it like U or or if you find U, you can pronounce it like A, for example, introduction and stuff like that. So today's lesson is just going to be how to pronounce or how to improve your pronunciation skills, guys. If you're ready, we're just going to start right now here. Let's see. So the English alphabet is not much different from the Turkish alphabets, of course. So it is not really different because there are some alphabets that we have in Turkish and we don't have it in English, and vice versa. Sometimes you can find some alphabets in English and you don't find it in Turkish. For example, you don't have W in Turkish, I guess, right? And you don't have X, I guess you don't have it, right? So in Turkish, you don't have, for example, if you have some words in Turkish like she, che, ü, and yumuşak G, for example, we don't find it in English. So how you are just going to have this pronunciation taken from a language and put it to another language, how you're just going to take it. For example, now if you have yumuşak G, for example, your name is Tuğçe, for instance. Your name is Tuğçe. So how you are just going to pronounce it in English? So here you are just going to decline it, or you will change the sound exactly. For example, if somebody asks you, what's your name? Instead of saying your name is Tuğçe, you have to say Tuğçe, for example, or Tuğçe, like this kind of things. So this is how it goes. The alphabets, they are similar because all of them, they are coming from the Latin alphabets, but we don't have, the phonetic is different. The phonetic is different between the languages, in Turkish, in English, in Arabic, or in French and stuff like that. So here in Turkish, letters always sound the same, of course. So you write, for example, che, you pronounce it like che, but in English, it's not the same. It's changeable according to the vowels and according to the consonants that you are just going to have later. So phonetic rules are regular. On the other hand, in English, letters do not have fixed sound values, of course. So they don't have some fixed sounds. You don't say, if you see this, you have to do that. But we can have some imagination on that. And I'm just going to show you later. This is the biggest difference between the two alphabets. I mean, the Turkish one and the English one. So I'm just going to make a compare and contrast between the two languages. So therefore, there is no choice but to guess the pronunciation of some words in English or to learn and memorize them. So a lot of people, they don't say, for example, or they say, I don't know the rules exactly. So the only thing that I have to do right now here is to write it and memorize it. This is the only way. Or you are just going to listen to it every time, and whenever you want to pronounce this kind of things, you can write it on Turing. For example, you have a dictionary, which is very important. You can write it in Turing, or you can write it some other applications to see how they pronounce this word. So even if some letters are written in English, they are not pronounced in spoken language. English words are usually monosyllable, okay? Or you can say it is a monosyllabic. which has just one syllable, okay, hece. In words with more than one syllable, the emphasis is on the first syllable in English. So in Turkish, it's not the same, but it is in the first syllable. For example, you say communication, communication. So the first syllable, which is ko, there is the emphasis, okay? As you know, that they are exceptions to every rule in English. However, this does not mean that English is illegal. The same is true for pronunciation. Although there are exceptions, if we learn the following rules well, we will not have much difficulty in pronunciation. So I'm just going to show you some rules. And these rules, if you take them and make them in your daily life, maybe you will not have some problems for the pronunciation. Let's start. So the first thing that I want to show you here is the letter A. The letter A, how you are just going to pronounce it if you have an A in a word. So the letter A is pronounced as E or A, okay? It is pronounced like E or A. For example, we're just going to give here some examples. Here you have normally apple. You pronounce it like apple, but there are some exceptions, or there are some tribes, they pronounce like apple, which is wrong, but you have to pronounce like apple, like everybody know. Number two is cat. So here, what do you realize? So if you have it here, you pronounce it like E or A, okay? And we have here anonymous, okay? And we have ambitious, ambitious, okay? And we have fat, fat. It sounds like E, or you can pronounce it like A. We're just going to see the examples later. For example, we have table, table, okay? I write here the phonetics in Turkish instead that you are just going to read it very easy. And we have make, make, okay? And we have take, take. Here the sound is A, it is not E, okay? For example, it is not apple. It is not like apple, but it is A, like take, make, okay? And we have lake, of course, fake, and we have also which we pronounce it like A, for example, alien. You pronounce it like alien, okay? It is not alien, but you have to say alien, like this. So the letter A is changeable from words to words, and it is changeable also according to the alphabet that we have later. This is the first one. The second one, there are three types of pronunciation of the letter C. So what are the types? For example, C, sometimes it can come as S, and it can come as K, and it has come also as Ç or K, okay? For example, the first one, if soft vowel, it means yumuşak ünlü, okay, veya ünsüz. So if soft vowel A, E, or I comes after the letter C, it is read as S. For example, you say city. So after C, we have I. That's why we pronounce it like city. And we have side, side. So after C, we have I. And we have circus, circus, okay? And we have also seas, seas. So you have there E, that's why you pronounce it like that. And we have ceiling. Sometimes you pronounce it like ceiling. These are some, differences between the two languages, as we can say, British and American. And we have here face, face, okay? Twice, twice. And we have once, once, okay? So it is now, it is not pronounced like V. For example, a lot of Turkish people, they have this kind of problem pronunciation, for example. We don't say twice, it's not twice, but twice, okay? W here is emphasis. This is the first one. And number two, if the following vowel is hard vowel, for example, A, O, or U, okay? So, or if it is consonant, so it is read as K. For example, you say cat, cat, okay? After C, you have A. That's why you pronounce it like cat. You have not to say sat, no. You have to say cat. And the second one is cup, cup. After C, you have U, which is a hard vowel. That's why you have to pronounce it like K, okay? And the third one, we have current. Current. So after you have, or before you, before C, after C, you have you. That's why you pronounce it like current, okay? And we have custom, custom, okay? After C, you have you, and we have conduct, conduct, and we have common, common, beacon, beacon, and we have lecture, lecture, okay? So here, what we have to understand is that after C, if you have the hard vowel, which are A, O, O, U, or you have a consonant, okay? For example, like T, like B, and stuff like that, you are just going to read it like K, okay? This is the second rule for the letter C. Let's see. Here, but you have to make an attention for the K is pronounced because the bold vowel follows the C at the beginning of the word. For example, here you have the bold vowel like cut, cut. Here you have the voice or you have the letter K. Why? Because it is followed by a bold vowel, which is A, or you can say U, okay? And here S is pronounced because the C is between, in between is followed by a thin vowel. For example, you can say C's, C's. Why? Because after C, you have just an E, and E is a very soft vowel, okay? So these are the things that we have here. We go on. And CH is pronounced as G, G, che. It comes like che, okay? So here, for example, you say the examples, you have checked, checked, you have chief, chief, okay? And you have cheese, cheese, and you have teacher, teacher, and you have preacher, preacher. You have also the word cheat, cheat, and you have choke, choke, all right? And you have chewing gum, or sometimes there are some people, or if you go to the Britain, the British people, they always call it like chewing gum, but normally it's not like that. It is chewing gum, okay? Chewing gum. And we have much, much, which means a lot. And we go on here, the letter PH give the F sound, okay? So as you know, it is like telephone, like you say telephone, you say phantom, or you can say also pharmacy, you can say philosophy. So all of them, they are written like PH, but we pronounce it like F. We pronounce it like F, okay? Phantom, for example, you have phantom, and you have also philosophy, and you still have telephone, or you can also read it as pharmacy. And you have, for example, while talking about the alphabets, and you have graph, you have photograph, this kind of things. So they are some letters which are P and H, but you pronounce it like F. The sound comes like F, okay? And we go on here. The letter I is pronounced as I here, as I made it. For example, you can say might, might, okay, might, and you have night, night, white, sight, okay, sight, and you have sight, and unite, united, okay, united. So here, the thing that we have to emphasize is the letter I, you will pronounce it like I right there. You can take it out. So you can pronounce it like I, okay, united, I, united, united, sight. So this is the letter I. And we have here, which we don't have in Turkish, which is the letter th, th, okay, th, which is a lisper. Lisper means peltek, okay, in Turkish. So in Turkish, we don't have peltek, as you know, we don't have lisper. That's why these kind of problems we are facing it in every time. Like the students, they say the word thank you. It is not thank you. It is not thank you, but it is thank you. Thank you. So how you are going to do that? Knowing that we do not have this letter in Turkish, it's hard for the students to pronounce TH1, okay? For example, we have here comparing to Arabic and Spanish. Turkish language does not have this letter, of course. And the place is, how is the place? So you should take your tongue, okay, between the upper and the lower teeth. So here is the upper, here is the lower. You are just going to put your teeth or your tongue between them, okay? And you blow and make that sound. For example, you say, for example, thank you, okay? Thank you, thank you, all right? And we have also the word bathroom, bathroom. It is not bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom. For example, it can be a misunderstandable. If you go to an English house, or if you go to an English home and then you want to go to the bathroom and you didn't pronounce it well. So it can be a misunderstanding between you and him, okay? So if you want to say, I just want to go to the bathroom, you have to say, I'm going to the bathroom, okay? Bathroom, bathroom. It is not bedroom, guys, as you can check it out here. That's why you have to make a lot of, practice in this, okay? And we have, for example, Thursday, Thursday, TH. Thursday, okay? And we have the word thrilled, thrilled. So it is TH, thrilled, okay? And we have also the word think. So this is how you are just going to pronounce it. If you want to make your pronunciation, if you speak English, everybody gonna listen to you. You have to make your pronunciation very well, guys, okay? That's why you have to practice this one. It is not really hard. For example, while talking about this whisper, which is not very hard in English, you're just going to make a lot of practice. If you do them, it will be fine, okay? Beginning from thank you. You have not to say thank you. It is not thank you. It is not thank you, but it is thank you. Thank you, okay? Thank you. Bathroom, Thursday, thrill, think. This is how you are just going to practice it, and it will be very good in the future. And we go on here. The word SH is pronounced like sh, sh. It comes from sh, okay? Share, for example, share, share. And you have sheer, sheer. And you have cash, cash, fashion. Or you can say fashion. Both of them, they are true, okay? Fashion or fashion. And you can have also the word mushroom, mushroom, okay? It counts as a word like, for example, sh, finish, share, sheer. You can pronounce this one also, okay, which is not really hard. And we have here the letter U at the beginning of the word is pronounced as U, okay? W or Y-U, U. You say, for example, union, union, okay? Uniform, uniform. For example, in Turkish, you say uniform, but normally it's not like that. You have to say uniform, okay? And you have unit, unit, and USA, how you were just going to read. And we have university for the letter U. So as I can summarize here, I can tell you like English has some differences between the other languages. For example, if you go to Turkish, it is pronounced as it is written. But if you come to English, you can find it very difficult because it's not like Turkish. But the alphabet, they are a little bit similar, of course. The alphabets, they are coming from the Latin word or they are coming from the Latin languages. That's why you never have this kind of problems. But if you want to make these ones, or if you want to go on to pick on from being a very professional while pronouncing, because if you are speaking a specific language, you are not just going to use the, how you are just going to pronounce and stuff like that, but you have to make it according to the rules. So for example, if I'm speaking Turkish, I'm not going to speak it like I wish, but I have to speak it like grammatically, like you wish it, okay? So for example, I never say sıkıntı, I say sıkıntı. It is not like this, for example. You have to pronounce it well, okay? That's why if you want to pronounce or if you want to learn English, firstly, you have to go on for the words and you have to know the pronunciation, which is very important in your language. If you don't know the pronunciation, you can try to do your best. You can try to learn how to pronounce these kind of words, or you can have your dictionary at the same time. And now we have electronically electronical dictionary that you are just going to listen how they pronounce it, and you can go on in that. You can repeat after him or her, okay? That's how you are just going to do that, guys. And for the last one, I just want to show you here. Here is the list of the best English pronunciation apps which I recommend. I recommend you, I suggest you, I give you this kind of, I'm just giving you these advices that you can, you can download them, okay? The first one, which is Sound Pronunciation app. So if you write it, maybe you are just going to find it in Google, or you can find it also in Apple stores, okay? And you can find it there. Sound Pronunciation app. And you have number 2, Learn English Sounds Right. This is an application also that you can, you can work on your pronunciation. And we have Say It, English pronunciation, okay? After saying, you have the dot, and then you're just going to download it. And we have Pronandroid IPA pronunciation, which is very good also. And we have Also Speak English Accent Coach. So here you are just going to, they will show you a word, and then you will repeat after the word. If you make some problem for the accent, they won't warn you. And they say, no, we don't read it like this, but you have to read it like this and that, okay? And we have also Forward pronunciation, and we have English pronunciation app by Kevin, okay? And we have the other one, which is English pronunciation by Yobimi Group, okay? So in general, to sum up, in general, to tell you what you're gonna do here is that if you want to know English well, you have to know the pronunciation. Okay, don't afraid of making some mistakes, of course. It is not very important to have or to do some mistake, to have some mistakes. It is not very important, of course, but you have to pronounce the words right. You have to pronounce the word very well if you want the other people, understand you. And this is way of respecting the other people's cultures, okay, and the other people's language, of course. So if they teach you how to learn it like this, you have to explain it or to pronounce it like they wish it. So you are not going to learn it by yourself and going to pronounce it like you wish, no, but you have to do it like that, okay? So that's why if you want to learn English, these are the 4 factors, of course, that we have here. You have to know how to read, you have to know how to write, you have to listen a lot, and your listening skills should be very improved, and you have to speak. And if you want to make a communication between you and the other people, you have to know how to speak. And if you want to speak, you have to know how to pronounce the words, of course. And this is how that you have to do that. That's why English, it is not very difficult, or I can say it's an easy language, of course. English is a very easy language. You just have to listen more, and you have just to practice more. You have to take your diary. Maybe you're just going to write the things that you have done during the day. And after that, you're just going to see yourself after 1 year, you will speak fluently without any problem. Okay, so guys, these are the things that I bring today, and I just want you, if you have some questions, you can ask them, of course. You can write it on, the chat. If you have some questions, you can ask them. And then I'm just going to answer these questions, guys. Any question? Do you have any question? You can write it on chat. I'm waiting for you. Yep. If you have any question, guys, you can write it on chat. Yes, so we pronounce it like dramatically, okay? Dramatically. So sometimes you can find it like, some people, they say dramatically. Normally it is not like that. It is not dramatically, but it is dramatically, okay? Dramatically. This is how we pronounce it, of course. Thank you, Bishra. Can I mention about the sound in America in British aspects? Yeah, sure. So, for example, it is not about the sound, but it is about the emphasis. For example, the American people, they say water, okay, or water. And the British people, they say like wa. So they are trying not to say the words. This is the differences that they have here, for example, but they have some differences about the words. For example, you have to say, I'm just going to go to the bathroom, and the British people say, I want to go to the loo. Okay, I want to go to the loo. Loo means bathroom. It means toilet, for example. It means restroom. So they have some problems, of course, between the pronunciation, but it is not very big deal. If you can understand the American one, you can understand the British one, of course. But there are some people who speak very fast. Maybe you can have some problem to understand what they are talking about, okay? Thank you very much, Nazike, Yıldırım. Okay, the other one, we have another question, guys. We have another question. Any question? Yeah. All right. So if you do not have any question, guys, thank you for attending the lesson, and it was a pleasure to be with you here. I thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. You take the good care of yourself. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you. Yeah, we will have another one, of course, but I'm trying to have another one for the next one. I mean, the next week, but we will try to have some other specs, I mean, some other lessons which are very valuable for you, Bishra. We're trying to do our best, okay? We will let you know. All right. I do not have an English account in Instagram, of course, but I do have my Instagram account, and sometimes I give there some lessons and stuff like that. Sometimes I do some, how can I explain it? I do some live lessons, and I give some vocabularies and how you are just going to put on, like going on English and stuff like that. Yeah, I do. If you write Omar Balde, you will see me. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, any other question? No. Okay, guys. So you take the good care of yourself. Thank you for attending, and I see you for the next week. Okay, take care. See you.